This one's a little better.
Yeah. All right. Is that other group breaking now? Yeah, all right, let me bump it in gear. I hear someone's drag screaming. Hear that? Oh, look at that. With this big judge rod, man, you really can't cast super hard because you'll cast down to the knot. Oh, he got the popper. He got the popper. You got it. I got to get him in quick because there's all these boats getting ready to run us over. All right, today's a good day. We're announcing this new signature rod, man. Rich Coulson makes all my signature rods, and this is a new one. About a year and a half working on this one. I didn't want to say anything until I really beat the snot out of it. And it's a killer rod, man. If you want something longer, this is extra heavy. It's meant for throwing big, heavy stuff and throwing it far. So if you fish from the bank, kayak, party boat, anything really, man. It's a good long rod. It's super, super stiff until it gets to the very tip. You see how the top, probably 8 guides. See the tip is very soft, but it's extremely stiff through here. Carbon fiber wrap. The only downside, it is expensive, boys. It's a rain shadow judge. It's an expensive blank, but we wanted to make something special. You know, it's the idea behind my signature rods are to make like the rods of a lifetime, your dream rods. Got that ghost popper. They're not for everybody, I understand that. We are stoked on this judge. We have 2 of them. Look at that. See him up ahead? Yep. This is the casting version, and John has been throwing, or Tours has been throwing the spinning version. Man, he caught a lot of fish too on that spinner. All right, guys, I want to take a second while we're out here on the water and tell you about the new rod. This is the new signature rod that Rich Coulson made. This is the Judge, okay? I posted a bunch of shorts on this. If you guys hadn't seen any notification for the short videos on YouTube, there's a bunch of them up. We shot a bunch of stuff for long videos. They'll be up pretty soon, but the shorts are up there now. The idea behind this rod, this is the last one in the signature series here, till next year. This is 7'10". It's a little more expensive blank. It's a rain shadow Judge. And the idea with this is something a little longer, a little beefier, something that you're gonna throw big heavy stuff super duper far with it. So I want a little larger reel with this one. It's a what you call like a 55 class. It's a Revo Toro Beast. You don't have to spend that much money on one of these. Any large size, a saltwater reel is good with it too. Just a regular Toro saltwater, you can get them for like 120 bucks, something like that. But that's the size I went with this. So the rod, it's composite all the way through. Down here, lower in the blank, you're gonna have carbon fiber. Starts right about here, comes down. Gives a lot of stiffness to the bottom of the blank, right where the backbone would be. But the tip is still very, very soft and quite light actually. Even though this is the extra heavy, if you look at the rod tip, there you go. You can still see it's kind of, it's very flexible up towards the tip, but it gets stiff really fast. And the idea is you still have a little bit of softness up there, a little sensitivity, but it's stiff enough where you can really work a popper. So the problem with short, lighter rods, if you were trying to work a popper, you gotta really yank like a son of a gun, even with braid, because the rod is so forgiving. So the idea with this rod is to get it far away from the boat quick, just a light cast and it's gone. If you're gonna use a smaller bait caster reel, you'll cast straight down to the knot. So this thing casts a ton. It's meant for bigger baits. It has the counterweight inside, which makes it feel super light when you're holding it. It's incredibly balanced. It's a higher end blank. It's the highest end blank we've used. So it is a little expensive, but the whole idea behind the signature rod is to make a dream rod, right? A rod that you know, just would never ever find in a store probably. And it's just a real special rod. These rods, again, are my sig rods, so they're meant for me. This is how a rod that I dreamt up in my head between me and Rich, and we came out with the best possible outcome. Price be damned, you know, we just wanted to make the best rod. So it's a little expensive, but that's what makes it special. There's a lot of, you know, $120 rods out there that are really pretty good. And I don't want anyone to think that, you know, you're missing out and you're never going to catch a fish the right way if you don't use these. It's not true at all. I catch tons of fish on $60 rods, $40 rods. But if you want something special, something made by a veteran, you're just gonna absolutely love to fish with it. It's light, it's comfortable. We've got carbon fiber grips, which means the fish picks it up, you feel the transfer all the way down because that's hard. So it's almost like you're holding a blank the whole time and not a EVA foam, you know? Rich does a great job. All right guys, full disclosure, Rich makes my signature rods. I don't make anything off them at all, but it does support us when you buy from him. He supplies us with our rods. So buying his rods absolutely supports us and takes care of us. Rich is a heck of a guy. And you're spending your money in the right place with him, I'm telling you. Everyone so far who's bought any of the signature rods has sent me pictures, thrilled with them, sent me emails, and ordered more rods. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give one of the SIG rods away, so you can get a Judge, either of the black and blue, the casting black and blue series, or a slow pitch jigging signature rod. And what we're gonna do in this video, we're gonna go with the funniest comment. You can enter as many times as you want. If you want to put in 1,000 jokes and just keep going nuts with funny stuff, go for it. But it's got to be funny. You just can't go by the numbers, you know what I mean? So we'll have Rich pick the winner with the funniest comment. And load it up, man. Load this video up, lots of likes and comments. Spread it around. If you got a buddy who really likes to fish and maybe you don't and he needs a nice rod, he can pick either of the rods. So comment it up. Let's be funny, silly. You can be a little dirty, but let's not go too crazy. Love you guys, mean it.
This one's a little better.
Yeah. All right, well, I just spoke about the Judge, and the man, Torres, is hooked up on the spinning Judge. It's good you did this, because I forgot to mention the spinning version. And you've been using it. Tommy's hooked up on a spoon back there. So I haven't thrown this one. Actually, that's a lie. I did throw it for a couple times one day. But I've been using the bait casting version of the Judge. I know you like it, so tell me about it.
I caught several good sized fish with it, and what I'm most impressed with is it's got the backbone you need without killing a fish. I mean, the fish, there's always play. You're never gonna have to worry about snapping your leader, but if you want to lean on them, you can. Not so much this guy, but what's going on?
How's it cast? That's where it really shines.
It throws this, I don't know,
yeah.
What is this, 3/4 of an ounce?
Yeah, it might be a half ounce actually.
It throws it a mile.
That's the biggest thing you're going to be surprised with when you pick it up is how far it casts. Because all of Rich's rods feel wonderful, you know.
That's a little better.
But yeah. But the casting, man, I put a regular size bait caster on the other one, and the very first cast, and it went right down to the knot. And I'm not exaggerating. Matter of fact, I might pull that reel back on just to show you that. Right down to the knot. So I had to put
cast half this spool.
Yeah. The smaller hookup bait. Good job, dude. That's a pretty fish. They are thick under us.
So you can see good sized fish, little lure.
Yeah, that's a half ounce right there.
The rod does it all.
I think that's a half ounce. Yeah, it's a half ounce.
Thank you, Rich.
That's a silver hookup.
Absolute masterpiece of a rod.
Yeah, Rich is a talented guy.
Look, Coulson, this is a nice one. Get him, my brother.
Yeah, Tommy's got his. Ooh, hit the new old school yellow color. The side of the spoon and the hook kind of got under the chin straight up. Team old school yellow color. We went to the oldest color there is, and that is yellow. Pretty.